Hi, welcome to another video. I'm River. This is my first CAS video, specifically for my Sims 4 Amazon challenge. It's a challenge that I'm doing slash am doing, have been doing for like a really long time now. I've decided that I wanted to post some of it to YouTube and stuff, and by that I mean I have a modern, quote unquote modern save that I have for like myself. It's a personal save that I've been playing for a very long time, but I have like a history family tree that I've made for it that I've never played. They're just like concepts, basically, people on the family tree. So just to give them like a lineage and stuff, but I wanted to do some sort of Sims 4 Amazon challenge since I do love having like a save in the world, and it's like very in depth for me, and I like doing the clothing world building and stuff. So this is like, I've built this up from a blank save into its own like little world, specifically so I can upload this to YouTube. It's a historical fantasy type setting, so like it's fun. I like it. I'm very excited to share it and stuff. And so right now I'm just like making the characters for the generation that we're starting with. It's gonna be like a little legacy, so it's like just 10 generations in comparison to the 83 generations that I've made for the royal family tree, which is a lot. It's if you don't know what the Amazon challenge is, that's okay. It's I right now I can't link the rules to it, but just because of YouTube. So once I have that ability from YouTube, once YouTube gives me the ability, goodness, I'll link it into the description. But if I since I don't at the moment, you can look it up. It's on the EA forums. It was made back when it was the old forums. I forget what they were called. I think just the Sims forums or whatever. It was like green, really nice. I liked the color of them. I'm really sad that they changed it. Genuinely, like I liked the layout and things for the old forum. And the new forum, it's just kind of like ugly. I don't really know where everything is. It's just the colors though. Ugh, so ugly. But basically just like a little like summary of it, I guess. It's a legacy of matrilineal descent with beautiful warrior women. In this challenge, you're following the ups and downs of their way of life and like learning specific skills. They have skills that they need to master for each position. There's like several different like positions, so you have a household of like basically at least 6 adults. In the original challenge, you're like building it up from one woman, and then you're recruiting more and more into the save as well. But it for my legacy, we're going to be starting out with at least 6 women, and then also their cousins and brothers, male cousins and brothers. I don't have any of their mothers or like their female relatives, just because like I didn't want to make too many Sims, and I feel like that would get in the way of the story. And yeah, so like this is fresh for me. I haven't played with them before, like with this generation. With I don't have any like notes on them much. I think I have like maybe a couple notes on just like how many kids the Empress has. The Empress is like the main role for the most part, but yeah, so there's, as I said, there's different roles for the challenge. One of them is the entertainer, which is the sim that I'm making right now. The other roles are like the queen, the scholar, the warrior, the provider, the gatherer, and the Vestal / the priestess. Since she's a part of the sect, which is like the ruling group that rules over Loomis, which is the country. So since she's a part of the ruling sect, she's called a Vestal instead of a priestess. There's a whole hierarchy thing. The Vestal is also a part of this cast video, so I hope you enjoy that, since she looks very cute in my opinion. But yeah, this character, her name is Calliope of Clan Frost. She's her lineage has been a part of Loomis / the Lunari sect, which is the ruling sect, for a very long time, since like almost the beginning, because she's I don't really know. I don't really have any reasoning behind it. Just that her family has been a part of the sect for a very long time. Like, if I come up with a reason, I guess we'll come up with it in the challenge, which will be fun. But yeah, getting into the actual clothing, since this is again a CAS video and stuff, a couple things, like, since I love to world build fashion and all that. So like the tattoo you see on her face is like a specific tattoo I've decided that the entertainers have. Each of the different roles have their own, like, I call them castes. Like, they're different, there's different positions. So like there's the entertainer caste, the laborer caste, the defenders caste. There's like different roles for each of them. So the defenders, there's the warriors, the champions, etc., etc. I'll do like a little video probably on it explaining the different castes and things, especially since I'm gonna have to do one for the priestesses potentially as well. It won't be necessary for the actual like challenge. It's just like a little extra like world builded thing that I've done. So like if you want to watch it, you can watch it. I mean, yeah. But again, clothing. So the startup for this, I will also say that in the first episode, but like just since this is like the first CAS video I'm doing for it, is that they've just moved to Brindleton Bay, which is the Bay region of Loomis. They originally started out in the Sands region, which is a lot more inspired by like Roman / ancient Greek clothing. For this one, it kind of leans more, I don't know, at Ottoman Empire, because a lot of the clothing is like from some Ottoman Empire series. What is it called? I forget what it's called. Something Sultana, Magnificent Century. So like that's the TV show that it's from. So like it's very Indian, Ottoman Empire type of that for clothing, very airy. So it's not quite like the styles that you have from the Sands region, which, as I said, are a lot more boxy clothing. Like, you know how like the clothing in ancient Rome is made from a giant square of fabric. So that's like the basis for a lot of the clothing choices for that, is to make it very shapeless but very airy, while these ones are obviously a lot more tailored and have a lot more attention to it. Although as the entertainer, she wears a lot more like just jewelry and accessories. She's very eye-catching and stuff. Since she is the entertainer, she is like in charge of keeping her fellow Amazons happy and being the Empress's spy master. So part of that is like making her seem like a lot more, I don't know, different than what you would expect from the spy master. Like, although people know, like, it's supposed to be like deception, kind of dressing up pretty and stuff, like attention grabbing and all that. She's also like connects people together and things. One second. And she throws parties a lot. Like, that's one of the goals you have to do if you're an entertainer, is to throw parties and like mastering as many instruments and musical / charisma skills as possible. If you notice here, I'm doing the athletic wear, which isn't really like working out clothing. It's more supposed to be for dance. As you can see, it's a sari. Love these saris. This set was like so pretty, and like I love the different colors. So I've decided to do saris for each of them. Each of the Amazons, you'll see with the Vestal as well. Yeah. And she's like very pretty, honestly. I love how she's come out with her gray eyes. Gray eyes are like pretty standard for the Frost clan I've had so far, so like not really too big of a difference in a lot of the other like Frost clan characters that I do have. But it's very fun. As you have seen, I have also done a lot of snoods for the more fancy attire. So I think on the party, or is it hot weather? Either party or hot weather, she's wearing a snood. So there's also that. A lot of pearls, a lot of gold. I like my gold. I don't really do any like silver. I don't think for any of the main regions I've had them do anything but gold, just because a lot of Amazonian culture comes from Loomis itself, and Loomis is a gold, very gold heavy culture wise and things. So yeah, now we're on party attire, which is very fun. I think I was trying so hard to get like these pearl set to fit, but I couldn't figure out which hair to use, and I was very undecided about it. So I don't remember which one I used. Oh, is it this one? I think it's this one. No. Ooh, that glitches. I'm glad I didn't choose that one. But yeah, I have oh, it's this one. Yes, I thought it was the Snoods. This is like a new hair from one of my favorite new creators for like fantasy clothing. I think they're an Song of Ice and Fire creator, so it's like a Baratheon, quote unquote Baratheon hair. So it's very fun. If I remember, I'll put it in the description. If you guys want like a CC list, let me know. I mean, like some of this is paywalled, sadly, so I can't like just give it out. But if you do want a CC list, let me know, and I can like link as many as I possibly can. Yeah, and then so swimwear, I kept the same as her sleepwear because a lot of the times in like historical settings, they wouldn't really have like a swimwear option. It would just be like either naked or like underclothing, so I decided to keep it as like underclothing, so it's a nightgown, but like quote unquote nightgown slash underwear. So that's what it is for swimwear. It's just like no shoes and a nightgown. And then for warm weather and cold weather, it's more travel outfits instead of it being like I don't know, because like warm weather's such a weird option. Like I get it, but like that's kind of your everyday anyways, so it kind of confuses me as a different option, because I feel like cold weather would make more sense instead of it just being cold weather. It's like outerwear. Although if you kind of think about it, like some of the places, like I feel like Willow Creek, if you're traveling to Oasis Springs, it should be warm weather, so that kind of makes sense to me. But even then, it's like it kind of confuses me. It's just like, why are you doing a warm weather if like you have seasons, and you don't change outfits if you're going from like I don't know, Willow Creek to Oasis Springs, so it doesn't really make sense to me. But so I kind of just made a warm weather travel outfit, while cold weather is your travel outfit but cold. Yeah, that's the decision on that. So yeah. Oh, I also, another thing is I try not to use tiaras too much, even though I have like a decent amount. Is more like, since she isn't a royal, even though she's a part of like the royal ruling sect of Loomis, she's not a royal, so she can't really wear any tiaras. And even the tiaras I do choose are like kind of different. I felt like they were too Western for my taste, even though you do see a lot of tiaras in other cultures as well, clearly, but like I wanted to go something a little bit more fantasy leaning in this type of setting, and so I decided against doing any tiaras. But I really like how a lot of her outfits came out. At the end, you'll see them all, like just quickly before we move on to the next character. So yeah, but yeah, I love these veils. They're like really useful for me. I like using them for my travel outfits and stuff. But yeah, I try to, for her, I've used a lot of gold, a lot of pearls as well. Also, if you notice, she's in all orange, which is a thing that I've chosen to do with specifically the entertainment. I mean, like, all of them have their own colors assigned to them. I'm pretty sure that's from like the original rules from the Sims 3 rules. There's an original like Sims 3 rules as well, but for the Sims and for the Sims 4 as well, that was adapted to the Sims 4. But I think both of them have colors assigned to them, or that could have been just from me watching Simple Bliss back in the day. Her channel has been since deleted, so you won't find it online, sadly. But she used to play the Sims 3 Amazon challenge, and I loved it. She transferred it over into the Sims 4, and she did some amazing like storylines and stuff. But yeah, okay, so now we're picking out traits and stuff. So since she's a spy master, I decided to go with her being like nosy, musical, loves music, materialistic. And so I guess that fits more of like her entertainer vibe. So yeah, now you can see all the outfits and her warm weather and cold weather. So travel outfits, obviously. And then, okay, this is the next one. Her name is Thias Hylas. She's the Vestal of the sect, of the Lunari sect. I'm picking out her traits first this time, which I thought it was fun. And now I'm changing out the sim because like it was just a base sim, and I didn't really want to choose someone who was white for someone from a desert region. I didn't feel like it fit too much. Some of the things about this, since I said it's a fantasy, historical fantasy, is that I do have fantasy creatures here, but the members from the Lunari sect are not like too fantasy-y. Like, they have fantasy aspects to them, but they're not quite the same as like some other creatures. Because I do have like quote-unquote vampires, which I call Lamia. Like, I have different names for each of them, but they're kind of based in the reality of like what a lot of them are. So like Murrow are mermaids, obviously, and then we have Lamia, which are vampires, and then we have fairies. I think I might not have gone with fairies for fairies, but we'd also have dragon creatures, we have spider creatures, we have a lot of different creatures. We have satyrs and as I said, werewolves. We also have werewolves, but not just werewolves, also just like were creatures. So I think that was fun. And then there's like plant creatures as well, which are nymphs, I want to say, like inspired by nymphs. A lot of it is inspired by like Greek mythology, but not all of it is Greek mythology. I also have like other mythology. Oh yeah, really fast, I was just grabbing another priestess because I was trying to find a specific tattoo that I normally use for my all my priestesses, but it wasn't in my game, so I decided to just like skip it for today. So like once I'm in game with all the characters, you'll see it on her, but for now I just decided to just keep going. Added in the hand tattoos / paint. So like basically is it like henna? I think it's henna. I've done henna like that on myself. I'm pretty sure it's henna, but I don't remember. Yeah, this was me just like playing around with this makeup thing to like kind of replace the tattoos, just in case if I thought it could be better, but I decided against it because I had like set lore on that. Part of the things about with like the different with the hierarchy with like the priestesses is that the Vestals are like pretty separate from the priestesses hierarchy. So like we have sisters who are like priestesses in training, and then we have priestesses, and then we have grand priestesses, grand high, and then the grand high priestesses, and like they have different roles. And then you can also like what is it called, specialize within like different roles within the priestesses hierarchy. There's a lot. They have like their own like little thing. The way you know that they're a priestess is that they have the clouded eyes. I have like this lore about it where if they have the clouded eyes, they're called blessed. Sogora's blessed. So Sogora is a goddess within Loomis that is the like matron goddess. She's like the leader of all the goddesses as well. She's but she has two sisters as well, Nabi and Laifan. But Sogora is mainly the goddess of death, sleep, and justice, and she is the matron goddess of the Moon Clan, which is the ruling clan of all of Loomis. So the Moon Clan rules Loomis, is the empress for like, yeah, she's like the main person. For her colors, I've also decided to go, like, it's originally supposed to be just like white, but I didn't have as many like white clothing options as I wanted, like, so I decided to go with also purple, even though purple is also technically like the champion color. But I just like, I thought it worked well for her because Segora's color is also pretty purple as well. It's kind of like a mixture of blue and purple, I would say. It's very pretty. I would say she's gorgeous. I have made her in The Sims before, as well as Nabi and Laifan. I have like other goddesses as well, but those aren't made in The Sims, just Nabi, Laifan, and Segora. But for like the priestesses, for their like role in the sect itself, they like communicate with the goddess / goddesses and her fellow Amazons ancestors. They're a pretty like ancestor heavy worship society. Like, okay, so they worship their ancestors, the goddesses, and also pretty animistic heavy, if you know what animism is. That's like the main thing. So like they worship nature, the goddesses, and their ancestors. That was pretty repetitive, but like you get what I mean. She like gives tasks and organized quests for the Amazons, and like finds auspicious dates for them to like have certain parties, weddings, and all that type of things. Just like everything under the sun, basically. Which is funny because they worship the moon, so like the moon cycle is pretty like heavily incorporated into when are auspicious dates. Oh my god, I hate The Sims 3 moon cycle sometimes because of the zombie thing. So like I'm just reminded of that because I was just playing with them, and so like it's so annoying. I hate the lighting. If it didn't have the lighting, I'd probably enjoy it way more. I wish there was a way to like disable it, but I don't think there is, sadly. Yeah. But she's the one that you would go to wisdom for like advice and things, because she has the answers from the goddesses, the ancestors, from nature itself, so like all of these different things. So yeah, so like she's the one you would go to. Since I was gonna say something but I forgot, oh well. But yeah, since we're going into her formal attire, so like as you notice, her formal attire is like less flashy than the entertainers, as I said, since it's like meant to be pretty different in that sense of not as flashy as the entertainer, since the entertainer is supposed to be very eye-catching and all that. Yeah, now we're going back to the set of pearls. That set of pearls is like so fun. I really like it, but I just couldn't find hairs that I wanted specifically for them to wear that also had the pearls, but yeah, it worked out. But also another reason why I chose the pearls is because they're in the Bay region of Loomis, so Brindleton Bay, but since they're right on the water, I was like thinking that it would make a lot of sense for them to have a lot more pearls, and the gold is from like the Sands region, i.e. being Oasis Springs. So a lot of them are going to be wearing like pearls, and like they have eat a lot more fish and that type of things. Like I don't know what else would be like the trades, things that not things that they would be trading for, but like the economics of the area. So like I know I have pearls and I have fish and that type of stuff, but I'm thinking like potentially also timber would make a lot of sense, since the biggest region is the Sands region, and that's not very timber heavy, clearly, since it's a desert. I mean, I guess is those oasis areas, but I don't think that would be very acceptable to tear down the what are they called? Palm trees and stuff. So it is what it is. So I'm guessing also timber would probably be a big thing. I'm doing the build right now for the big palace. So I'm like, I figured out like that. So it is pretty heavy on the stone. Not really. No, not that much stone. It's a lot more, what is it? A lot more timber. So I guess, yeah, that would make a lot of sense then. And we do have, I try to keep it like, it looks like it's coming from the Sands region, like that kind of evolution of just like architecture. Like it's based on the stuff that I have built from the Sands region. So like has like a kind of compound-ish style, but it's a little bit different that I'm like thinking was the original like style of the people who originally lived there before conquest, and then the Amazons had taken over. They're since they're a warrior people, they do wars and stuff, and they have expanded their empire and things. So like the champions, I've mentioned them before. They're what the warriors were called in The Sims 3, but they've kind of become a different role in my rules. So, like, the champions do wear purple, but they're not the priestesses, clearly. They are, so, like, they're a separate warrior role that they're, like, specifically, like... So, basically, the warrior is the general of the Loomis slash Lulunari sect. So, like, she's the general alongside of like the scholar, since the scholar is like also supposed to be pretty strategic as well. So the warrior is the general, while the champions are like underneath her in that type of hierarchy, probably. That makes a lot of sense. There's also other roles like the paladin, that's like the specific guards for the ladies, but I haven't made any, and if I need them I will make them. But for the moment, I just gotten the 6 main women and all of their male cousins. Oh, I haven't mentioned too much about the male cousins slash male relatives, but that's okay, since we're coming to an end here with me showcasing the final outfits. If you really liked the video, give it a like and subscribe if you want. Yeah, and that's it. Have a good one. Bye!